Welcome to Fusilli Grind, episode 10, everybody. We finally made it. I've been hinting at it. It's finally time for the Matt Reason episode. And there's going to be no music today, no gimmicks, apart from the cold opening. Today we have a treat. We get to listen to the sounds of the city, urethane wheels on pavement, sliding, grinding, all that good stuff. Because we're watching Matt Reason 411 Profile from issue 12 in 1995. This was filmed by Dan Wolfe over the course of about 2 weeks in 1995 during the lead up to the classic Eastern Exposure 3. There aren't a lot of videos or video parts that I go back to. There's a very select few that I will go back to and rewatch, but this is absolutely one of them. I come back to this time and time again. Dan's angles are crispy. The skating is fast and raw. No music. Without further ado, let's let it rip.
You ready? My name is Matt Reason. I ride for Adrenaline, Thunder, Vans, and Sub-Zero.
I love that intro. I love the, hi, my name is blank, and then lists the sponsors, and he gets bonus points because right after that he just bombs into this parking garage. Here we go, first line, switch 180 up, crooked grind. Nice. I love how he lands that crooked grind into the grate, and it makes a funny noise. Back tail. That's it. Just he does a switch front 180 up onto the curb. Switch front 180. He does a crooked grind. And then he pushes like 8 times. Nine times. And a back tail. But there's something so beautiful about it. He's just going so fast. And let's not sleep on this front blunt pop out. That front blunt pop out is so good. You just hear the wheels squeal. He's got the half cabs on, these white half cabs, and then he hits you right after this. He hits you with this. Boom. Look at the switch backside flip. Look at the structure. Respect the structure. Look at his foot. Look at that. Look at that foot. Maron. Brings it all the way. No clipping. Just absolutely murked it. That was so good. That might be the trick of the part for me. The switch backside flip in the half cab. So good. This is also very impressive. This thing is like a wall. Like, nobody's getting up this. And he board slid it. Nice. We have some City Hall footage here. He hits you with the front 3. And then he hits you with the switch front 3, which I think the switch front 3 was even better than the regs one. Love Park, grinding the whole ledge. Perfect heel flip. Nice. He hits you with the nose grind. I don't care what anybody says. I love a good nose grind pop out in the middle of the ledge like that. Front nose grind in the middle. So sick. Let's watch that one more time. He does that so well. Switch front board. Front board to fakie. There's a lot of mirror stuff in this. I always thought this hippie jump clip was pretty funny. It's just a random ass hippie jump in a parking lot, and that's it. It's just the single. He must have been trying a line or something that started with that hippie jump. Front 50, front lip fakie, front Smith. He's just putting a clinic on it at this rail. Front grind, front lip fakie, front Smith, back 50. What was that? Like 5 tricks he did on that rail. And Dan Wolf barred him up on every single one. Just perfect night filming, perfect fisheye filming. Also, look how tenderly he hits the zoom after he rolls away from this. Beast. Love that. All right. 180 on flat. Boom. Switch wall ride. Now, I don't know who did it first. I don't know if it was Ricky Oyola or Matt Reason that did it first, but look at this. Appreciate the form. I mean, few are doing that these days, and this was 95. Nice switch flip on flat. Great cellar door action here. Perfect. Nothing special. This is special. That was special. Love this. Look at this. Switch pole jam. Boosted. Lands right on the edge of the curb. And then rolls off like it was nothing. Nice. Skating a box truck like a ledge in 95. Here's something I need to take a beat on. Matt Reason, maybe the only guy in all of history that can get away with the white guy dreads. Just gonna say it. Again, putting on clinics at Love Park. This back Smith revert is perfect. The back Smith, the out ledge is perfect. Nollie back lip. Strange choice for this kind of out ledge, but look how well he does it. Look how well he does it. Just tweaked. And he went the whole way, and he popped out. Look at this pop out. Yeah. So good. Front shove down the steps. Front tail fakie. Fakie the switchback tail. Switch 180. And a heel flip. And believe it or not, that's it.
I'm 22 years old and I live in Philadelphia.
That's it. That's the ender. Well, in my mind, this is the ender right here.
I'm 22 years old and I live in Philadelphia.
How badass is that? You can't even see him. He's just in silhouette above the city skyline. And he tells you he's 22 years old and he's from Philadelphia. So, what did everybody think? I can't get enough of that 2.5 minutes or so of footage from 95 of this guy, and I think, talk about born in the wrong generation. Sure, Matt Reason was, had a degree of success in his time, but were this guy alive today, I think he would just be killing it in the game. Having the sort of attitude on a skateboard that Matt Reason had, I think is valued a lot more these days than maybe it was in the late 90s. Shout out to Eric Swisher at Chromeball, as well as Tim something or other who does Bob Shirt, because that's how I was able to find out a little bit more about Matt Reason's life and times, even though there's really not that much out there about him. So what I do know from my research is that he's originally from Pittsburgh and came out to Philly along with Kevin Taylor in the early 90s and basically just became loped out in all of those areas where you might become loked out at that time. Love Park, City Hall, famously a bust back in the day. But that's where a lot of that footage comes from. And, most of his footage is Philadelphia. I can't think of actually any clips I've seen of him outside of Philadelphia, but I'm sure there are. Most of the time, he's just cruising Philly and looking cool doing it. So I referenced this Chrome Ball incident article. It's less of an article and more of a compendium of photos of Matt Reason from magazines in the 90s, which is really great. So I really appreciate Chrome Ball for putting this together. And we can check some of these out more closely. This is a photo, what I believe to be Trey flipped a fakie on a janky wooden ramp below a freeway overpass. Pretty sweet. Matt Reason was one of the pioneers of going back to really big wheels in the mid to late 90s. So like early 90s, guys would be skating wheels like this. Like, low 40 millimeters. These are probably like 40s or 38s or something. Again, look at him just killing these half cabs, these red half cabs. He looks so good in them. Half cabs and khakis. Like, who's brave enough to try this in 2024? I don't know. Make half cabs and khakis the new big boys and dunks. I dare you guys. But then a couple years later, look at what he's riding. He's on big old monster truck tire wheels. So again, Matt Reason really pushing the envelope. He's kind of went the way a lot of guys are going these days. And in fact, there's this really cool physics wheels ad. I'd never heard of physics before, but it shows the team lineup. And it shows all the sizes. The smallest wheel that they had was a 55 at this time, and the Matt Reason Pro model was a 63. So pretty dope. The photo's really cool. He's doing a switch wally, and just look at the wheels. Insane. So, all you kids with your big boys and your dunks and your big old Spitfire monster truck Kader Scylla wheels, you have Matt Reason to thank for why this is cool. He was on this wave way early, so pretty dope. Again, get into it. Watch his stuff from the Eastern Exposures. Watch his part in the Sub-Zero real-life video. This switch front board photo is iconic. Bryce Knight's photo. Framing is super cool. His white guy dreads are flowing in the wind. The sky looks dope. This is just a great photo. He's got some 63 millimeter tires. Just so cool, man. I love guys like this. I love unsung heroes, and I think Matt Reason just doesn't get brought up as much as some of his contemporaries in the era that were skating Love Park, like Ricky Oyola, Fred Gall, etc. Not as much is known about him. He unfortunately passed away. I think he had an untimely passing about 10 years ago, and from what I hear, he passed away from some bone disease or some complication of some other disease. It sounds like he just returned to Pittsburgh area after his professional skateboarding berth and sort of just hung out there. I think he got a regular job working at a grocery store or something. Fred Gall mentions exactly what it was in his Bob Shirt interview. And I think there's something honorable about that rather than dragging it out and milking it, as so many guys of his era that were big tended to do. Matt Reason, a true weirdo, OG, quirked up white boy type guy, and a dope skater. Half cabs and khakis. That's what I'm really getting from this. Half cabs and khakis really need to make a comeback. And in fact, it reminds me of what I consider to be my all-time favorite skate photo, which, since it's our 10th episode, I feel like we're close enough that I can share that with you guys today. Yeah, so I consider this to be one of my favorite photos of street skateboarding, and I don't know who took this photo, and I can't even find the original source right now where this was run, but I just think trick, style, angle, framing, colors, outfit, everything about this photo is just completely on point. For those who don't know, this is Chris Dune Pastris, performing a frontside blunt slide on an outledge down a couple of stairs. He's got the utmost style and ease. It looks like he could fall asleep right there. He looks so cozy in those corduroys and that hoodie and those beautiful blue half cabs. And when Vans brought those half cabs back out, you know I had to snag a pair. Anyway, this is my reminder for you guys to go back and check out what guys were up to 25 and even close to 30 years ago, because they had a lot of stuff figured out in terms of style, in terms of fits, in terms of music selection, in terms of curation of their content that they were putting out. They just seemed to be on a bit of a higher echelon than we are today, because things were a little bit more fussed over. Videos weren't coming out every day. Multiple videos weren't coming out every single day, and people really got down and worked on things and tried to come up with good product to promote their skate product. And I think they did a great job of it at the time, and I think that we could be served well to look back at some of this with reverence and with appreciation for where we are today, because a lot of guys wish they had the level of swag that you can see in this photo, or to be able to be so mysterious and talented on the skateboard that they get the illustrious white guy dread pass like Matt Reason did. But anyway, this is the kind of stuff I'm stoked on. This is the kind of stuff I like to talk about when I'm not talking about GeoGuessr and Scandinavians. So anyway, thanks for joining. Episode 10. Love you guys. Peace.